All right, we are back for another one. In this clip coming up, we have a gentleman that he just went on TikTok to just voice his frustration with the job market, with, you know, the difficulties of everything surrounding job. If it involves job, this brother is like, he is going off. And it seems to be the sentiment going on around the world today. Let's go to it, see what he's talking about.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job.
Not a jab. Not a jab. I like how he said that. Like not job. Like not job with the soft O. My man go to a jab. I might start saying it like that. We go to a jab. Every day we wake up and go to a jab. Let me stop. Okay, this has to be serious. Serious. Sorry, my brother. Sorry. My bad. Okay. Back to the back to the clip.
We really don't like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man?
I have an answer to that. Let me play it a little bit more, but I'll come back to that. I have an answer to that.
We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Boy, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this. That's just the way it is, bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big fucking plantation, man. A big fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here?
Again, he asked the same question. What are we doing here? So let me actually stop it and see if I can add a bit of color to this. Put a little bit of paint where it ain't. So he said, what's the point of all of this? We wake up, we go to work, and we do that for 40 or 50 years, and then what? You retire. You can hear the frustration in his voice. I get it. But that frustration, that confusion, do you know where that's coming from? I will tell you. And the answer I'm going to give you will make your life a whole lot easier. That frustration that he's talking about, that he's voicing, it's coming from not having a plan. That's it. His frustration of why are we here? What are we supposed to be doing? That to me sounds like someone that does not have a goal. He doesn't have a plan. What do I mean by that? When you just go to work, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get upset. You're going to burn out because you're just going to work. Why are you just going to work? Let's back it up a step. Because you just needed a job. I need money, so therefore I'm just going to get a job. So you apply, and then you get a job. Now you start doing that job, and that's when frustration will start to set in. I don't even like my job. I hate this job. Why am I doing this job? Let me pull out my phone and go on TikTok and start just letting out my frustration like this guy's doing. All of that because you don't have a goal. Now, contrast that to let's say, I don't know, use me as an example, right? I'm just, someone you can see that you can, you know, look at. So put me in a similar situation. I need money. Okay. But instead of just a job, what do I actually want to do? Do I want to be an astronaut? Do I want to work in retail? Do I want to own a retail outlet? Do I want to be a commercial landlord? Do I want to, I don't know, work in the energy industry? Do I want to work, I don't know, with acrylics? Do I want to be an artist? What do I actually want to do? Do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be a keynote speaker on different topics? What do you actually want to do? That is the biggest reason for your frustration. It's the biggest reason because you don't know what you want to do. And then if I were to ask this guy, well, what is it you want to do? I can almost guarantee he wouldn't have a clue. It would be something very generic, like, I want to make a lot of money, or I need to make more money. Okay, well, if you don't have a goal, then you are going to then be swept up in someone else's life that has a goal. So I have a goal. I'm going to create something. And now the person that doesn't have a goal, you're going to show up and ask me for a job. And then you're going to do the job and eventually get frustrated. And eventually say you don't make enough money. And eventually all these frustrations come about. So now you're helping me achieve my goal. That's how it works. If you want to change all of this, no more frustrations, at least not like this. The biggest thing you can do for yourself is get a goal. I can guarantee you, the person watching this, you don't have a goal. I can help most people get into any industry. I'm a connector. I'm a networker. I have contacts everywhere. If you need a reference, if you need, to get to a hiring manager, I probably know somebody at the company that you're trying to get into. That's just my thing. But here's the magical part of it. You don't know what you want to do. And saying I want to make more money is not it. You have to have a goal. Now, let me tell you what happens once you have a goal. Once you have a goal, guess what? Life becomes easy. It becomes easy. Why? Because that's the key to a successful and happy life. You set a goal, and then you work towards achieving said goal. Bang. Once you achieve the goal, you then regroup wherever you are at this point in your life, and then you establish a new goal, and then you start pursuing that. And the thing is, we focus so much on the steps to get somewhere, but you don't know where you're going. It's like this, you're an airplane pilot, and okay, what are all the steps involved with getting this plane in the air? Okay, this and check, and I got the rudders and this and I got all the buttons pushed, and runways clear. Cool, I got it in the air. Well, where are you going? You're just gonna fly into a black hole? You don't have a goal. Make life easy for yourself. Define your goal. Or else you'll end up like this guy.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but
That we really don't like. Because he doesn't have a goal. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Once you have a goal, none of this goes on. He doesn't have these frustrations anymore. His frustrations are instantly wiped out the minute he gets a goal. And not some pie in the sky, super vague. Oh, I want a new car. I want to make more money. I want to lose weight. What? Be specific. What do you want to do? What is the goal? I can't help you if you can't tell me the goal. I can help you if you can tell me the goal. But the problem with most people, you don't have a goal. You just go along with the wind and you kind of just stumble into things. I'm frustrated now. I need a job. I need a job. I need more money. I'll just take this job. Well, if you had a goal, that probably wouldn't happen. Define your goal. And once you define your goal and you can articulate it clearly, what is it you want to do? I want to do X. Once you are able to articulate what that goal is, all of the steps that it takes to get to that goal, they will magically reveal themselves. It is the closest thing to real life magic you will ever experience as a human being on planet Earth. It works every time.
we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay.
Again, no goal.
What the fuck is the point of this life, man?
The point of this life is the worthy pursuit of a goal. You set goals and then you pursue them. And as you learn and grow, that journey to achieving that goal, it builds you as a human. It builds you as a citizen of this country. It builds you as a person. It builds your knowledge. It builds your experience. And then when you achieve that goal, like I said, what do you do next? You assess where you are, what you like, what you don't like, and then you set another goal. You ever just meet someone that things just tend to go right for them? Everybody knows that person. Things tend to go right for them. They graduate from college and then, they ended up at, the big name multinational company. And then they got into the management development program and they did a 2-year stint where they changed departments every 6 months. And now they're over here in this department and they are somehow on, management track. 2 years out of college. And, then they do that job for 5 years and, then they move over to private equity. How the heck did somebody with a degree in communications or engineering, how did they switch over to private equity? How did they do that? We all know that person. The only thing separating that person from you, they set goals. And what I'm saying sounds so simplistic, you would think I'm lying. No, set a goal. Think about it to yourself right now. Think right now. What is it you want to be when you grow up? Take a second. Think about it. What do you want to be when you grow up? You probably just thought of everything that you used to think about as a kid, and then you rationalized, nah, that's too difficult. That's too, no, that's not realistic. That's not realistic. Ah, realistic. Dude, whatever it is, set a goal and you will work towards achieving that goal. And once you learn to start doing that, you'll be surprised how easy life becomes. Like what this guy is what he's vocalizing, life just ain't this hard. But it is hard when you don't have a goal for yourself. Because now he's at the whim of other people that have goals.
We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights?
If you feel that way about it, you can very easily start a farm in your yard. If you feel that strongly about it. But I understand he's frustrated. So, get a goal. What's the goal? You got to reset. Set a goal for yourself.
Boy, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this as just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big fucking plantation, man.
When you don't have a goal, you say things like this. And I'm not dismissing his frustration. I just understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of he doesn't have any targets. There's no target ahead of him that he's working towards. There's no target. So he feels lost. And that can be very, very frustrating. So I feel for him. And if he does happen to see this, and I hope he does, I'm going to, link to it. I would strongly suggest he establish a goal. And when you're establishing a goal, it's your goal. Nobody else's. It's your goal. Anything you want to do on this planet, you can do it as long as you set a goal to do it. I tell my brothers this all the time. I say, unless you know something about the afterlife that I don't, and we somehow miraculously die, and then we come back as, somebody else, and we get a chance to do this life over again. Unless you know that, I think we only have one time to do this. I'm pretty sure we only have one time to do this life thing. So if that's the case, go all out. Whatever you want to do. You just have to set a goal, or else you're going to be frustrated.
There are days I don't want to be on this earth.
At this point, we know why he's saying that. Because you don't have a goal. You're at the whim of everyone else. He's telling you what to do. They're telling you what to do. You don't have a goal, anything you're working towards, so you're kind of just blowing in the wind. So yeah, I get it. I understand.
And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man.
You're just
it's
frustrated.
Like,
I get
what
it.
the f*** is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50.
Well, you will if you set a goal to live to be 100. Seriously, set a goal. I'm going to live to 100. And I bet you the minute you set that goal and you're serious about it, you will start to change your lifestyle habits. You'll change your nutritional habits. You'll change your workout habits. You'll change all of that stuff miraculously. But if that's not the goal,
but we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumb. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man.
The game of, I hope you don't develop a goal so I can keep pimping you out for whatever it is I want to pay you.
It's a big game. It's a big charade. America is a fucking plantation.
America's not a plantation. America is the place for dreamers. That's why so many people come here. Because it truly is the place where you can do anything. It's the land of opportunity. But in order for that to happen, you have to have a goal. I've said the word goal a million times during this video. But establish a goal and you'll be fine. This frustration goes away instantly the minute you establish a goal.
Give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? It's because I need some fucking money to pay the...
Isn't that what I've been saying? Exactly. He's going to walk into a random interview for some random job that he applied for. He probably only looked at the salary requirements. I mean, the pay. And okay, this fits the bill because I need money. But if he stopped and said, you know what, I love working with, I don't know, I'm making this up. I love working with my hands and I love cars, especially love Japanese cars. So maybe I'll get a job, you know, as an auto mechanic working on Toyotas or something. He's never taken the time, it doesn't sound like, to actually sit down and think about that. What is it you want to do? What is it you want to do? And then once you come up with something you want to do, commit to it. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then you start working towards it. And then that will eliminate all the random jobs. All the random jobs eliminated. You're not going into some place and they're asking you, you know, questions that you don't want to answer. No, because if you set a goal and it brought you to these companies in these interviews, then you're going to say, oh, okay, cool. And you'll be in the interview happy, excited, because you want to be there. It's a part of the goal. No more randomness. Well, I hope you got something from this video. I'm going to review a few more like this, and most of them all boil down to establish a goal. And I promise you, your life will be so much easier. Until the next one, peace.